After finishing my code lab on the code lab means that uh, Android has provided a online tutorial called Code Lab. I have finished part one. Actually, I couldn't finish it. I couldn't start Android developing because Android Studio was demanding so high level machines, CPU and hard disk and display and RAM, that I couldn't even install my old computers in my old computers notebooks actually, um, to install the Android Studio. So somehow I got a AMD E10, very old. This one is also old, but it's okay to install the Android Studio. So I installed the Android Studio in this the Dell Inspiron 555, and I started to, as if that I was waiting for this thing, this machine, so that I could start developing on this Android. And I could not develop Android because I did not have machine. So I have it now. So I started to do the uh, tutorial provided by the Android Studio on the online. It's called Code Lab. Code Lab. So I started to use that and follow that, and I did follow that, and I finished part one. I got a certificate for that. So, it's a so when I finished this Code Lab one, and what is my reaction? And I would like to say, I am a software engineer. I've been developing software since 1999, I guess, or maybe more, because I started programming with the ZX Spectrum from UK, the first small computers that came out before this Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is new one. The first one that came out, it was ZX Spectrum, maybe in the 1980s or so. That was my startup machine. So, anyways, since I have this now, and I have been waiting to write program on Android, but I couldn't write program Android because write program on Android because I didn't have this. Somehow, after returning to my country, out of whatever, and I couldn't manage to get a latest hardware to get to run Android Studio. So I got this Android Studio running on my this new donated by good Samartian to me. So not even a week already. Within these few days, I already finished Android Code Lab that it has provided a tutorial follow online. And after finishing that, my opinion in regards to Kotlin is that this is actually Java. Kotlin language itself is the Java language, or it is Java language, with some differences. Java Java, why Google moved to Kotlin, I do not know. But the thing is that Java was open source, now still open source, but it has been bought over by Oracle. And since Oracle has bought over this product, um, Android moved away from Java and headed toward Kotlin, which is just like a Java without semicolon and few other some other things. So that's Kotlin, actually Java without semicolons, without some extra features. My opinion is Kotlin is a I studied. I used to study in my computer programming language books that when I study I used to teach people in the college that that spaghetti programming is not good at all. Hence, no go to. Don't use go to because this spaghetti programming. Kotlin is 100% patch up, patch here, patch there. You have you seen a cloth with lots of patches? You know, Kotlin is like that. Kotlin is like that. If you don't listen, if you don't learn from them, or if they didn't tell you the secrets, you will never learn because it is a spaghetti program, 100% spaghetti program. And Android Studio is a spaghetti program's interface, and this is also has secrets. You will not, you cannot follow one standard standard to or your IQ to you cannot use IQ to use it. Example, very short one. That is that if you see the themes, it says theme 2.4b, themes.xml, themes 2.4b. These are two things. Or these things are stated in the brackets. In the description, themes.xml. Themes.xml in bracket, maybe night mode. That's it. Maybe bracket 24b. That's it. You'll never know. It is not in the listed in the tree of tree of objects or tree of things. You will see themes, two types of themes bracket native or XYZ or whatever. So this is 100%. Kotlin is Android itself is the 100% patch job and spaghetti job itself already, because you didn't learn from the you didn't take their tips or you didn't take their training. You will not understand 100%. You will not understand. Like Visual Studio, you can Visual Studio C++, Microsoft's one. You know the terms. You can use that development environment easily because you know the terms. But here in Android Studio, these terms has to be described in the document or someone has to tell you. No one can follow the same. If you know the theory, like I am teaching computer programming in colleges for 10 plus years, I have not a way of figuring out Android because it has everything is hints. If you don't have these hints, you'll never get it. Never get it. It was designed for proprietary. It is kept proprietary with the spaghetti code. Spaghetti means the baddest programming in the world. But this is Android. You can write programs for lots of customers at one time. So I say, my experience, bottom line, Kotlin is a spaghetti programming. You don't learn from them, you will not be able to use it. You cannot just use your own ideas. You cannot just use your experience. You cannot. Even if you know the terms, all the terms you cannot use it at all. I don't know. I didn't manage to use it. I use this Visual Studio since the first Visual Studio it came out, and I can tell you that it since 5 Visual Studio 5 I have been using it. The first Visual Studio I have started with, and I can tell you that although I know Studio in and outs, ins and outs, but I Android Studio, looking at it, using it for a few times, I can tell you that it's totally spaghetti code. If you didn't learn from them, you will not learn at all. You have to. So I'm following this Studio Android Studio provided, meaning that Google provided the training code lab. I have been using it, following it, finished part 1, and my experience is there. It is a 100%. It can be given the crown of spaghetti programming. You can give crown, not only a first prize, you can say crown of king, queen of spaghetti programming is Android Studios and Kotlin. Anyway, I'm going on with the second part of it and finishing it. Then let me start my programming, and we'll see again. Okay, I love you.